Hello, everybody. It's Timothy here, probably better known as the host of Mana Rocks, and today we're going to be playing some Biforce Corset 2020. You guys like my saffron olive impression? I've been practicing it. Anyway, we're going to do the friggin' Battalion Foot Soldier deck. This is probably the least excited of the Biforce episodes. But we wanted to go ahead and round everything out. We did the Pack Mastiffs. I didn't even think I was going to do that. And I had fun with it, even though I think that deck was awful. What did it go? 3? No, I think it went 5-3 or something like that, which is just way more wins than it deserves. We're at an even bigger disadvantage this time with the Battalion Foot Soldiers because that card sucks, and it's in the worst color in the set, too. So if you're joining us for the first time on Biforce, I suggest going back and watching the previous videos in the set list before watching this one. Probably because I'll just mention the other videos. But so far, we've done the Growth Cycle deck, the Undead Servant deck, which has been the best one, the Fairy Miscreant deck, which I thought was going to be the best one, and then Pack Mastiffs. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to jump into a best of one draft on Arena, and we are going to force the Battalion Foot Soldier deck, whatever that might look like. So we know we're going to be a white deck, and every time we see a Battalion Foot Soldier, we're going to take it. I don't care what busted rares or mythics are in the pack. If you guys recall last time, we passed up on a Vivian and a Yarok, I think, and like a Shifting Ceratops, so that we could take some dumb Pack Mastiffs. But it's all for the sake of entertainment here. I'm using my gems, so you don't have to, and we can at least see what an iteration of this deck looks like. If I only draft one Battalion Foot Soldier, I'm probably not going to play it, and we'll just do a normal draft. But we're going to try and take as many as we can. And with that being said, before we jump into the draft, thanks for joining me. You can subscribe below for more content, more Biforce. If you have any recommendations for videos you want to see, cool archetypes or interesting things that we could force here, elementals, all rare, stuff like that, then let me know in the comments below, or find us on Twitter at MTG_ManaRocks. All right, let's go ahead and jump in and waste some picks. I'm going to use my gems, boys. Because I have a million of them. And right off the bat, so this would be no contest at all, right? In fact, I'm still taking this Risen Reef. I don't care. You can't stop me. There's no Foot Soldier. There's not even like a white card. We're not playing Yoke Docs. Like, come on. It is interesting to see the Growth Cycle and the Undead Servant here. There's an Ember Hauler. Red-White is not really where I want to be. Frostlink's good. Blue-White's probably my best bet. Black-White maybe. I want to avoid Red-White. Risen Reef is really good. This is clearly the best card in the pack, but I don't know if we know we're going into white and doing this Foot Soldier deck that Risen Reef is really useful. I'm tempted to just like rare draft and mulligan this pack. Rabid Bite, Growth Cycle, also potential picks. But there's not really anything here. Griffin Sentinel would be the only like on-color card. Maybe Blade Brand. I'm not going to take Risen Reef because there's no way we play it in the kind of deck we're going to end up with. I'm not going to rare draft here. The question is, what do I actually take? It's probably between the Sentinel, the blue cards, and the green cards. I'm going to ignore all the red cards here. And I'm feeling like maybe Frostlinks or Growth Cycle Rabid Bite is where I want to be. Green-white, I guess, is pretty decent. I'll just start off with what I think is the best removal in the pack. There's a Dawning Angel as the only white card in the pack, which is kind of gross. It means that we're not going to wheel anything out of this pack except maybe a piece of equipment. Green has the Woman Shaman, which is actually admittedly kind of cool with the Foot Soldiers, right? You can shuffle a couple back. Spectral Sailor is an easy best card in the pack, though. And blue-white Flyers is a thing. Foot Soldiers, I guess, can buy time while the Flyers win the game. I think I'm just going to take the Soldier. Woman Shaman wheels sometimes, too, although it's the only playable green card in the pack. Wow, another pack with only one white card. Don't tell me the bots are taking the white cards. They know better. They know better. Lavakin Brawler, fine card. Growth Cycle, fine. This pack sucks. Angelic Gift is just not that good of a card. I'm probably going to take Growth Cycle here. Chandra Spitfire and Lavakin Brawler are fine, but they're not going to synergize with these Foot Soldiers at all. So I'm just going to nab the Growth Cycle and see what else we can pick up. There we go. There's our first Foot Soldier. We're not passing on too much here. There's Reduced to Ash and Brawler again, red being really open. Might of the Masses, I do like. I think it's about on par with Growth Cycle, maybe just a tiny little smidge better. And then I've mentioned before, I like the Plummets. I wouldn't mind taking the Mana Fixin', and Winged Words is good as well. But this is what we came here to do, is pick up Foot Soldiers and make our deck worse. So here we have the choice between Unsummon, Inspiring Captain, and Loman Shaman. There's also Feral Invocation. No guarantee I'm going to be blue. I guess this is technically a splashable card, but we'll save that for later on to see if that's how it's going to pan out. And we've got a couple decent green cards, so I think I'm going to take the Loman Shaman. Again, kind of a neat combo with the Foot Soldier. Here we have the Griffin Sentinel, the Courser, and the Pup. Geez, white is being super drafted by these bots right now. It's kind of crazy. Centaur Courser is just the most solid card here. Griffin Sentinel is fine. I really hate Heart Piercer, but I don't know why people rave about that card. And I think being in green-white, unless I specifically pick up some of the go-wide cards, I don't necessarily need the Pup over the Courser. Although, I guess there's an argument for that. If I pick up things like Ironfoot Treefolk and Inspiring Captain and stuff, then I probably want the Pup, right? I'll take the Pup over the Courser. Not 100% sure about that. Gift of Paradise, Pulse of Marasa, Inspiring Captain are all possible picks here. Moment of Heroism's decent too. Only one Foot Soldier going out of the first pack. I'm going to take Pulse. I'm a big fan of that card. Feral Invocation over Glaring Aegis. I do not like Glaring Aegis very much, so we'll snipe the Invocation, and it looks like one white card here. There's nothing really I care about here. Guess maybe Blade Brand. And just take this random colorless creature that doesn't do anything. Alright, Stone Golem and Anvil Rot Raptor are real cards. They're not great ones, but they're fine. My instinct tells me to just take the Stone Golem. It's a fine playable card, even if it's super boring. Anvil Rot Raptor is decent in the skies. Picks up pump spells pretty well. I'm just going to take the Raptor here. And I guess Angelic Gift, although that card's kind of boo-boo. Guess Angelic Gift, although that card's kind of boo-boo. Vial of Dragonfire is kind of a whatever card. Hey, look, maybe that's the plan. Big green stompy creatures and some angelic gifts. Wheel and a Griffin Sentinel is not bad. Wheel and a Rule of Law doesn't matter. All right, pack 2. Ooh, Gargos and then the Foot Soldier as well. Oh boy, oh baby. So what are the chances I can take this Gargos and wheel the Foot Soldier? Probably pretty highly. Look at this pack. Murder, Frostlinks, Chandra Spitfire. The bots should take Master Splicer over Foot Soldier. There's also the 2 green cards and Shock down here. I think I'm going to take Gargos and try to wheel this Foot Soldier. So it'll be pick 9. As much as I actually want this Master Splicer too, I think there's a good chance I get the Foot Soldier back, given that the Master Splicer's here. And, we'll see. But Gargos is just incredible. So we're going to take that. Take Pacifism here. It's Pacifism or the Shaman, but I'm just going to snap off the removal spell. Ooh, there we go. Iron Root Warlord is basically the reason to be green-white. The card's insane. I'm going to take it over another Pacifism. There's also just a lot of good green and white cards in this pack. So we're going to snap up the Warlord here. And Sedge Scorpion, Griffin Protector's fine. I think Dawn and Angel is an overrated card, but still a fine card. We're not really looking to be a Fenson Soldier deck. I mean, we've got some ways to supplement it, but it's not like insane or anything. I'm tempted to just take this Griffin Protector. Maybe Dawn and Angel's better in best of 1. Just the life gain's super relevant against aggro decks. Yeah, let's go and take Dawn and Angel here. Ooh, God's Willin'. I love me a God's Willin'. You guys hear that buzzard outside? Like, calm down, dude. There's also Aerial Assault, which is nice. Greenwood Sentinel is pretty mediocre. I love me a God's Willin'. I'm always happy to take that. Here we go. Woodland Champion is at its best in green-white. It does make me a little bit happier to have the Pup. Really, really good with Iron Root Warlord. And, I mean, we might have a couple other token things running around that I'm not really seeing, but it's pretty easy pick here. Spectral Sailor's not making it. Ooh, another Iron Root Warlord? That's crazy. Raise the Alarm as well is something I would be interested in, and the Aerial Assault, but we're going to take this Warlord. Pick 8, pretty easy Inspiring Captain now over either of these other cards. And did we get the Foot Soldier back? We did. I don't have to stop recording this. I am obligated to take it now, though. So second Foot Soldier is nice. Pup, Greenwood Tracker. That's a little bit interesting. Alright, this green-white deck's actually shaping up. We probably don't need to play these Angelic Gifts. We have this Gargos that we kind of free-rolled. A little nervous there. Wouldn't have minded the Master Splicer, but Gargos is insane. This thing is not a card. Probably not going to play the Stone Golem either. Question here. I think it's between these two. I don't really like Moorland Inquisitor very much. Pup. Pup is better with my Warlords. This card, Sometimes it's decent, but most of the time it's not that great. I think I'm just going to take the pup. All right, we probably are an inspired charge deck, especially with just the sheer number of like dorky little creatures we have. It's either that or Steadfast Sentry, and Sentry's okay, but not amazing. I'm going to take an inspired charge. I don't mind having one of those. Question now is Fence and Ace or a combat trick? I think we're going to be fine on combat tricks given that we're in green, and I like Growth Cycle and Feral Invocation a little bit more than Moment of Heroism, although I do like Moment, so I'm going to take Fence and Ace. Nice. Close to last pick, Aerial Assault. Hopefully we can pick up at least one more Foot Soldier here out of this last pack. Wake Root Elemental. What do? You pay 5 green mana and you turn a land into a 5/5. I don't think that card's great. I've never actually played it. This pack's also just decent. I don't think Squad Captain's that good either. I think these cards are probably about equal. Granted, the Wake Root Elemental does give you kind of this really, really late game mana sink. The black cards are also good. There's another Rabid Bite, which is decent, really good with our Warlords. And then there's Eternal Isolation, which is also fine. So this is kind of a tough pick. Get the Stone Golem out of here. Probably not playing Anvil Rot Raptor, but we'll see. Deck looks like it's shaping up. Probably not playing these Angelic Gifts either. And we'll go back and trim a little bit more here in a second. This is where I like to talk to people. Like, what would you take out of this pack? I think Rabid Bite is the most rawly powerful card, but we've already got a Rabid Bite, Pacifism, Aerial Assault. We have Gargos, which is functionally removal. Guess it wouldn't hurt to just have another Rabid Bite. And then Eternal Isolation is also sometimes better than Rabid Bite. I kind of want to try this Wake Root Elemental, but the way it's looking in my deck, it just kind of reads 6 mana 5/5 with like a bunch of green blips, so that's probably not right. Let's just take Rabid Bite. Rabid Bite's always at least decent. We have Courser, Assault, Ancestral Blade seems really good. Nice with the champion. I just like this card in general as well. Vorse Claw, I would rather have the other 6 mana Dork. Wolfkin Bond could be fine too, but I think Ancestral Blade's pretty easy pick out of that pack. We've got 5 more shots at a third Foot Soldier. Third Foot Soldier, and I'm pretty happy. Diamond Knight sucks. I don't think I want a second Inspired Charge, so I guess that leaves me with Griffin Protector. Fine card. Another Griffin Protector I'm less excited about. Could take Cryptic Caves here. A little bit of Flood Insurance. Or I could take a third Pup. Pup's okay. Would like a Pattern Matcher in this deck. I don't think it's the Griffin Protector. I think it's either the Caves or the Pup. I don't really have a lot of card draw, so I'm kind of tempted to just take this Caves, although I do have a triple green card, double white card in my deck. I'm going to take the Caves over the third Pup. I don't think I want 3 Pups. Oh, I thought that was another Foot Soldier. It is a Raise the Alarms, but I think I'm just going to snap off Pacifism here, and through 2 more shots. Pick 7, pick 8 for a Foot Soldier. The bots don't want them. They don't need them. Dawning Angel number 2. Just as another kind of top-end creature. Maybe Wolfkin Bond. That does seem decent in our deck, but I think we're going to wheel one of the other ones. Vial of Dragonfire. I think I've got good enough removal. I don't need Vial. Moment of Heroism. Just going to take this Dawning Angel. Wow, that's a really late Eternal Isolation and an Aerial Assault. Pretty easy. And last pick. Ooh, boo. So we're going to end up with 2 Foot Soldiers. Not exactly where we wanted to be. I guess 3 mana 2/2 that draws you a card is fine. It's like the world's worst Pattern Matcher. For this pack, we have the option of just a random pro black guy, which is going to be relevant in, like 20-30% of our matches. And then there's Gift of Paradise, which is probably not a card my deck wants very much. So Apostle it is. Might consider playing it here. Squad Captain. Are we a Squad Captain deck? Squad Captain's kind of mediocre. I'm going to take it, though. Oh, Aerial Assault to Wolfkin Bond. Both fine defensible choices. Actually going to take the Wolfkin Bond here. Like I said, my removal's pretty good. Manifold Key is not a card I would play in best of 1. Angelic Gift number 40. Ooh, last pick, Moment of Heroism. So we ended up with what I think is kind of like your marquee green-white deck. You want to go wide. You want to have payoffs like Inspired Captain, Inspired Charge. We don't actually have a ton of the like early game flyers to take advantage of it. but I think it's going to be fine. So let's go ahead and do our initial cuts. Normally, these foot soldiers would be the first thing I cut, but that's what we came here for, so fight me. Alright, this is going to take a while because we've got a lot of decent playable cards. I don't need all of the pump spells I have. I have Moment, I have Growth Cycle, I have Feral Invocation, and I guess that's it for pump spells, or targeted pump spells. I think I want to play 2 of those. Actually leaning towards cutting the Invocation and just having the other ones as cheaper options, even though the Invocation does give you kind of lasting payoff. I think let's cut Growth Cycle and just have like Moment of Heroism, which is going to do what Growth Cycle does most of the time, but also give us lifelink, and then keep the Feral Invocation for the blowout potential in that card. This is just a vanilla 2-1 most of the time. The text is sometimes relevant, but it's more of a sideboard card. Could cut Eternal Isolation. This is a possibility to just be a dead card in our hand, and we have double Pacifism, double Rabid Bite. Maybe I cut let's go and cut Wolfkin Bond. I'm going to cut probably definitely 1 Inspired Charge. Probably 1 Dawn and Angel. I don't like 5 drops that die to shock and disfigure. Just a couple 4 drops. I would like to leave those in if I can. God, these foot soldiers are going to make it so hard for me to make a real deck here. Alright, let's go and cut these 2 cards. I think Eternal Isolation is fine in best of 1. It's just the card that's most likely to be stranded in our hand without having a viable target. Ancestral Blade I like a lot. So we need to still cut 4 more cards here. That's ridiculous. Let's go and pitch 1 Dawn and Angel. It'd be so easy if we just ditched our foot soldiers. Probably, I mean, do we need Feral Invocation here? The thing is, we don't have a lot of ways to actually target Gargos, but that card doesn't really need a lot of ways to be targeted. I mean, I can pacify my own creatures, right? You don't think I won't? Griffin Sentinel kind of sucks here. It picks up some of the other cards, like Feral Invocation and these Mass Pumps decently, but it's not a super powerful threat on its own. Let's see. Squad Captain. Probably fine in my deck is just a beater. Does require that you're not super far behind and have to trade off, which is... Oh, what did I just get rid of there? Inspired Charge. I would like to keep that, I think. Oh, wait, I don't need to. I think I cut the Captain. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to ditch Squad Captain here. I'm not 100% sure about the cards that I'm ditching. The problem is that these foot soldiers are requiring me to make cuts I normally wouldn't make. Because that's what we said we'd do, and we're going to stick to it, because we're a man of our word. Invocation. See, if we cut that many pump spells, it makes it hard to get through, but we do have kind of decent removal here, so getting through shouldn't be too much of an option. And I do want to have some kind of curve-out potential for these cards here. Yeah, I think this is what we're going to play. We'll have an 8/8 mana base with the Cryptic Caves. We've got, I think Iron Root Warlord is borderline a bomb. It's just often like a 3-mana 5/5 or 6/5 that pumps out tokens and stalls the board, and it's actually kind of hard to kill. Not a lot of stuff kills it outside of your typical murders and whatnot. People aren't going to be playing Fry and stuff like that. Well, they are, but yeah, let's go and play this. It doesn't seem super powerful, but it's got some synergy going on. If I were playing, you know, for real, I would probably ditch the 2 foot soldiers and bring in like Squad Captain and Growth Cycle or something like that. Having another instant speed interactive spell seems kind of relevant here. Like, I could see cutting Aerial Assault because that card is a little bit slow and clunky for removal. Maybe I don't want Griffin Sentinel here. Like, am I really pumping this Griffin Sentinel up? I think Sentinel's fine. Alright, let's go and run it like this. So that's our attempt at a Battalion Foot Soldier deck with 2 foot soldiers. Let's see how many times we draw them in the same hand together and cry. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Hopefully this deck gets somewhere with our Tree Folk and our Gargos, and we'll see you all in the matches. Alright, welcome one, welcome all. Match 1. Nice little curve here of Champion into Ferocious Pup, so we'll see if that pans out for us. We're on the play as well. Not much to follow up with, but God's willing can protect us a little bit. Pacifism's fine. Let's see if our opponent has the shock or not. Doesn't look like they do. Evil Donut. Oh, the Ember Hauler. Well, thankfully we get this out of range here, which is nice. And jam for 3. Pacifism's fine here if they play like a early Lavakin Brawler or something. Possibly mono red. Definitely not mono red. Audacious Thief. Alright, so there's a chance they Ember Hauler here. Do I want to just pacify this and jam for 4? I don't have much of a follow-up past that. Tree Folk would have been awesome here. If I attack... I kind of don't want to use a pacifism this early. They're going to double block the Woodland Champion, right? Am I just fine with that trade? Probably not. I can aerial assault this on the swing back. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and attack with just the wolf. Oh, okay. Didn't expect the block at all there. I thought they were just going to take 2. But I can hold this back on defense. I was planning on blocking this thief with the Woodland Champion, but we'll see. Oh, they got the old smuggle butt. I will, well, if I aerial assault a tapped creature here, I'd probably just hit the smuggler anyway. Okay, Rabid Bite's nice, so I can go Rabid Bite on Smuggler and attack for 3. I don't think they have Shock, which is really the only thing they could have anyway. This lets me keep my pacifism and gets Smuggler off board, which is a pretty problematic card in the long run. Glad I was on the play for this match. Otherwise, they could have killed my Woodland Champion here. Whoa, Chris, hold on, man. Calm down, dude. What are you doing, man? Alright, Champion getting in there and pass the turn. Unfortunately, we have a pretty reactive hand, but the Pacifism will take care of the next big threat they play. Area Assault is going to be fine. Like, they might just attack with this Hauler here. And I have God's Will to protect something. Obviously, we want to just draw... Whoa, Chris, dude. Dude. Hold on a minute. No box. And 4 cards in hand, passing the turn? That seems scary-ish. Just draw one of my Tree Folk. That's what I need. Ooh, they're Soul Salvaging? Okay. Soul Salvaging, but probably not able to play one of those creatures. Chandra's Embercat, sure. Alright, I would like to draw another threat here. Rabid Bite, not the threat I wanted. Well, I get in another 3 here, and then they start attacking me back for quite a bit. Maybe I aerial assault this now. Do I care about these other ones? The Thief? I might be able to race that. Well, let's go ahead and attack first with the Champion. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and aerial assault this Ember Hauler now while they can't get value off of it. And then I've got interaction for other cards that they play here. Meanwhile, my 3/3 is putting in basically all of the work this game. I would love to just play like a Ripjaw Raptor or Feral Abomination. Just use all your mana on some big dorky creature. It's likely they just play these 2. But we don't know what the other 2 cards in their hands are. Ooh, you got a Blood for Bones or something like that? That's not very good right now. Another Soul Salvage, maybe? Alright, we got Smugglebutt. And the Thief. So probably getting hit for 4, I imagine. I see, I see. Alright. Ooh, there we go. That is what we want to draw. That is very good. So I do want to be able to protect this with God's Will, and just because it is that good. If I just pass, they're probably going to go Smuggler up the Thief and attack with the Thief. But that does tap down 2 of their creatures. Also dings them while they're at 10. My alternative is to go like Rabid Bite something here, but I think I'm just going to play Warlord and pass. And then Warlord can actually start spitting out tokens. I don't want to tap out here when I have this God's Willing. Especially against red-black. Very easy for them to have a Chandra's Outrage or a Murder or something along those lines. Reduce to ash. Well, there we go. So let's go ahead and save this, give it pro red. That also makes their attacks pretty bad this turn. They can basically only attack with the thief. Foot soldier, yeah, we keep foot soldier on top, I think. We don't have any more God's Willings or anything like that. Alright, one card left in hand from OP here. And no attacks. Interesting. So, probably just a good turn to spew some removal and start jamming. Put them too far behind, I think. Let's go Rabid Bite. I really only care about Smuggler here. I don't think they're in a position to be attacking with this Thief. And then, do I use the Pacifism here? Probably. If I attack with both, they double block either of them. Just trade off for the Thief, and then it's Ember Cat and their 2 cards versus my hand. And I can play this Foot Soldier first. Do we think they have a Soul Salvage? It's not even that good. I'm going to go ahead and play Foot Soldier, probably just attack with both of these. I could also just attack with the Tree Folk here. I don't think they have anything. Yeah, I'm just going to attack with the Tree Folk. And pass the turn. Now they're facing down lethal on board. They have 2 cards in hand. One of them feels like it might be another Soul Salvage or something along those lines. The Thief getting in there seems really awkward. I'm going to throw a Foot Soldier in front. Nah, I'm just going to block with the Champion. Forces them to use a pump if they have it. If not, like, worst case scenario, they Fathom Fleet Cutthroat it or something. Okay, Necromancer is a decent stabilizing card. Exile in their own creature. I guess I don't have any. Yeah. And the Pack Mastiff. Nice. Alright, so we're probably going to have to play a little bit of a longer game here. But that is where having Iron Tree Folk guy comes in handy. Because it not only pumps out additional 1/1s and lets us potentially draw into like an Inspired Charge for the win, but also grows this champion in the meantime. Ooh, that's pretty good. So this will become a 7/6. They would have to throw at least 3 creatures in front. Yeah, probably time to get super frisky, right? I could actually go Pacifism too, just to make this a lot worse for them. So the Pack Mastiff can trade here. Pack Mastiff can trade for anything. I think I'm just going to jam with a couple creatures. I'm not going to jam with the Warlord, though. Or am I? Yeah, Warlord's coming in. Alright. So we just kind of overwhelmed them there. Playing similar decks, just kind of dorky creatures, but Tree Folk taking over that game. Definitely going to attack with the Tree Folk there. Alright, first one, not too bad. Deck played out smoothly. Let's see if we can repeat that success in match 2. Alright, we're back from match 2. Solid hand. Again, I would like to save this Warlord for a turn where I can play God's Willing. But I mean, if we just go Fence and Ace on turn 2, Blade and Equip on turn 3, that's fine. We're on the draw this time, though, which matters for our deck. I do like playing against other green decks, though. Blue, not so much. Oh, the Zephyr Charge. Alright, let's go ahead and just dump Fence and Ace first. We'll see what our opponent plays here. I might just have a free attack if they play like a Cloudkin Seer or something, which would really question the Zephyr Charge. The Risen Reef. That card is busted. Hopefully we can beat a Risen Reef. I'm going to play Iron Root Warlord now. Yeah, I think it's better just to get the Warlord down than it is to try and equip and get more damage with this Fence and Ace. Not scared of Zephyr Charge basically at all. I think I can get ahead of them on damage here. Like, I get to pacify probably their first play. Ancestral Blade lets me grow this Warlord. Something like a sleep paralysis wouldn't be too big of a deal. Alright, that's not bad. Well, that's not bad at all. Oh, the Sedge Scorpion. Annoying. Admittedly annoying. So I do, again, want to keep up God's Willing if able. I think I'm going to go equip to Fence and Ace and attack. There are some blocks they can do here to try and kill the Fence and Ace, but they're probably just going to take 4. Not bad. They have a Rabid Bite or something to try and kill my Warlord. I can God's Willing in response here. Zephyr Charging uses a little bit too much mana for me to be worried about them using that. I would rather them use Zephyr Charge to get in like 3 damage than I would just have them like play a 5th land and play a Monkey or something like that. Silverback Shaman. Because right now, name of the game is I need to be pushing in a little bit of extra damage here. Alright, do you Zephyr Charge? That is the question. Can't really Pacifism the Barkhide Troll. I mean, I can. Are they going to Zephyr Charge and attack for like 3? They might feel pretty safe with the Sedge Scorpion. I'd be pretty happy if they did that. I'd probably just pacify the Scorpion. Maybe just use God's Willing. They're basically just debating using Zephyr Charge on Overgrowth Elemental, I assume. Wouldn't mind drawing like a Dawning Angel. Just some flyer of my own. Not that that's great against Zephyr Charge, right? Alright, opponent. What you got? What you got? Junior Meg. Or Jermeg, as I like to call him. Ho-hum. Whoa, whoa, Tim. Dude. Hold on a minute. Okay, did I freeze? I might have disconnected. I hope I didn't disconnect. I feel like I disconnected. Alright, well, first off, welcome back. Second off, I don't think... So, I didn't disconnect, but I restarted the client, and they didn't count me as a win or a loss in the previous match. So, I don't know what happened there. But this is officially, like, match 2 again. I have no losses, and I still have 1 win, so I don't understand what just happened with Arena. But basically, that match froze, and it must have happened for both players or something. But this is an entirely new match, so we have no idea if Zephyr Charge would have killed us or not. It's a darn shame, really. Not bad. I can feel it. The top of my deck is going to be the other stupid Foot Soldier. Ooh, the Heart Piercer Bow deck. Ooh, Warlord. That's actually a lot better than this Foot Soldier. Nice. Yeah, this card is pretty nice. Griffin Sentinel with a Heart Piercer Bow. I kind of want to just dome this thing right now. I can't actually, can I? The reason I want to do that is because if they have a second Heart Piercer Bow, which people tend to do, they can shoot down my Woodland Champion, but let's just get this Foot Soldier down and attack for 3. I'm going to attack with the Champion as well. You know, they're going to block, but you never know. They might not block. It's a free attack for me. They should block. But I do want to play this pre-combat to get the extra point of damage in with the Warlord. So it's kind of just like... Excuse me, a chump attack, if you will. Ooh, Cryptic Caves. Alright, let's see the second Heart Piercer Bow. Not just another Sentinel, sure. And the Auto Tapper really doing work there. Heart Piercer Bows are good in multiples, but not that good. So we can go Foot Soldier plus Rabid Bite, or we could actually just go make a token here. If I attack with everything and they double block the Foot Soldier, we kind of just throw that away. So I think I'm going to attack with these 2 and hope they double block the Woodland Champion, but they're probably just going to let this through. Yeah, opponent is not an idiot. They saw the line. That being said, they do take 7 here, and this is now out of double Heart Piercer bow range, which is really all I care about. Alright, 5 drops where things start to get scary. Rapid Bite should be pretty nice with this Warlord, though. Alright, Sleep Paralysis on this thing, huh? Oh yeah, I guess they can kill my 1/1, but whatever. Sleep Paralysis on the Woodwind Champion? That's interesting. So they could have a God's Will in here. I could Inspire Charge and get them pretty good here. I think I'm going to go Rabid Bite, a Griffin Sentinel, and then play a Foot Soldier and try to set up this Inspired Charge. Pulse of Marasa doesn't really do much here. There's some argument for saving the Rabid Bite, but I think I'm going to use it now. 1 mana spell. Basically all they can have here is a God's Will in. And that went by way too fast for them to actually have one. So we will take action. See, having more of these would be nice. No point in attacking this time. Opponent's down to 4 here, so Inspired Charge is lethal with any of our creatures. If they have a Dawning Angel, it's going to make it just a tiny little bit more tough. Also, pumping out tokens with the Warlord isn't really a great plan here because they can just freely attack with Griffin Sentinel due to Vigilance. Sage's Row Denizen, sure. Into Winged Words. Okay, so unless they play like land spell, they're just dead to Inspired Charge. And let's see if we can get them to just straight up scoop to this. They might not even make me attack here. Nice. Aerial Assault looking pretty bad here against a bunch of Griffins. But Aerial Assault would probably be replaced by like Eternal Isolation, and that wouldn't have been very good there either. So, managed to pick up a quick win there after basically getting removed from a match. Yeah, so see, I didn't pick up any losses, but I picked up the second win there, which is really weird. Like, I don't know what happened. It must have crashed for both people, but we have no idea. We will forever be in the dark with how the Zephyr Charge match went. And we'll just carry on from here with 2 wins and jump into match 3. All right, we're back for match 3. Not a particularly keepable hand. Close, but London Mulligan gives us a better shot here. I'm going to keep this. Interesting question is, what do I throw back? We do have our best card in our hand and 3 lands. We're on the play. I think I'm just going to toss the Griffin Protector. Some argument for the Foot Soldier, but I think I'm going to ditch Griffin Protector here and hope that the Foot Soldiers give us enough time to find mana for Gargos. A little bit sketch. Oh, hello, sir. And or ma'am. 1 sharp shark. That is 1 sharp shark. Alright, please don't draw the Battalion Foot Soldier. Please don't draw the Foot Soldier. Please don't draw the Foot Soldier. Leafkin Druid. I'm always scared when my opponent plays it on turn 2. I assume it means I'm just dead. Also, my Foot Soldiers aren't particularly great. So you see our game plan here. Thankfully, Gargos is quite nice against red-green. But these elemental decks often splash blue. Granted, it's usually for creatures. Alright, we got a Thicket Crasher, which is going to eat a Pacifism here. Cryptic Cave. Alright, so 1 green off from this Gargos. And let's jam for 2. Nice. Yeah, I thought it was okay. It's a lot of rugged Highlands. Another Thicket Crasher is going to hit another Pacifism. Ooh, Dawning Angel. Do I want to just play that and take a hit from Thicket Crasher? I think I do. Because it basically negates the damage that the Crasher is going to do. If they have a Rabid Bite or something, like they can just use it anyway. And then might even hit a better target with this Pacifism. I do need specifically a Forest to cast Gargos. But what this does is let me kind of stabilize a little in that my life total is not going to change. I'm still going to be at 20. If I draw a green, I'll play Gargos. But if not, then I get to at least start attacking for 3 back. And I have 2 plays right here. Cryptic Cave. If I draw another Plains, I can Cryptic Cave. Alright, reduce to Ash. If that's how they're going to use their turn, that's fine. Doesn't change things too much. Could also play another Foot Soldier and attempt to double block. Inspire Charge. Not quite where I wanted to be. 5 or more lands. Oh, I don't like that they want to tap this last. I mean, I get why they want to. So, what's Foot Soldier here? Play Pacifism. Man, if we had more Foot Soldiers, this would actually be pretty good. And we'll just hold the fort for now. Opponent's going to have 4 cards in hand, so... You know, Vorse Claws, Lavakin Brawler, stuff like that. Pretty nasty here. But even if I draw another Plains, I can crack the cave and get a little bit deeper into my deck. Stone Golem, huh? There we go. Alright, well, we're going to slam Gargos here pretty easily. Not a lot that red-green can do about that. Outside of just double blocking. And Inspired Charge is not terrible here either. At least if they do have like 2 removal spells or something, I get to eat a lot of their creatures. Yeah, Goblin Smuggler's not great here. Ooh, Pattern Matcher. Let's see what that nabs here. Another Leafkin Druid. Alright, well that was one of the least threatening cards they could have gotten out for Pattern Matcher. They do have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power. 9 toughness. So if I attack with everything, they triple block Gargos. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I Inspired Charge. Then this becomes a 10-8, and I just trade with all of those. But the Foot Soldiers get in. I think I'm going to go ahead and crack this first. Just see what we get. We have a couple ways to target Gargos. Like, a God's Willin' would just be insane here. Not insane, because they do have 2 colorless creatures, but you get the point. Alright, that was the opposite of insane. I think I can play defense with Gargos, though. This doesn't currently have anything that is unblockable or can be made unblockable. We don't care about this other druid. We do just basically need to draw a way to target Gargos, and then should be looking pretty here. Or another flyer or something along those lines. Creepin' Trailblazer. So this one is the one that gets +1/+1 for each other elemental you control. Right now they control 4 other elementals, and they have this Goblin Smuggler, which is kind of crazy. It makes it unblockable, and then they can go double pump. Ooh, and we're not drawing anything. Yeah, not drawing anything here is bad, because this is going to get in 4. They're going to be able to pump twice and 2-shot me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, well, it's not quite that bad. Give it one more turn here before I go jamming. But you see what's going on. Smuggler is going to make Trailblazer unblockable, and they're going to go for the double pump on the Trailblazer. Need to draw something. Gift of Paradise is fine. Does give them more mana for the Trailblazer. Yep, and they can still double activate this turn. Uh-huh. Oh, +5. Right, it counts itself. Ooh, thankfully, the auto-tapper got them pretty bad there, so they can't double activate. Am I just dead next turn if this activates, though? Jeez. Alright, well, I'm going to have to do what I got to do here. Send the team in and hope that they block in a way that this Inspired Charge is just really good. Even then, they've still got the combo here. Okay. Well, I get to clear off the 2 colorless creatures, and now I really need to draw a way to target Gargos and just kill either the Smuggler or the Trailblazer. And that's basically all I got going for me. They didn't lose any elementals, so they can give +5/+5. That's 10. So they can make this a 12/12. Or 12 whatever. Yeah, I guess 12/12. Oh, they can actually just kill me, can't they? No, I block here. Ooh, Pattern Matcher, okay. Nothing to fetch up, though. That is 1 less activation on the Trailblazer, though. Ooh, they didn't make it unblockable. They're gonna attack anyway, though. I think I have to clear that off while I can and just hope to draw something. I mean, if I draw like a Rabid Bite. Let's try and draw something here. I don't think I'm winning if I just trade Gargos off and draw into like a dorky creature. Okay, well, we drew land, so. Flooded super hard. We drew 11 lands. Remember, we cracked that Cryptic Cave. We drew 4 spells this game. 4. It's kind of ridiculous, but Alright, I'm not going to make my opponent play through this. They got us fair and square. By fair and square, I mean, you know, I didn't get to do anything. Okay, I guess I can't concede. Oh, come on, game. This has happened a couple times before. Man, the client is not working. This is, by the way, not an internet problem or anything on my behalf. I checked when I had to reload. There's nothing wrong here. It's Arena being dorky. This game is over. I hope it conceded for the opponent so they don't have to sit here and wait for my clock. But I might have to exit and reload again. So yeah, we're dead here. Not much to say in this match. We just drew too many lands, despite drawing our best card. Nothing to follow up with. And yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We drew one additional spell there. Let me be upfront about that. All right, we'll see you guys in match number 4. All right, we're back once again. Arena, for some reason, does not want us to play. This is a sketchy hand. You see how these hands go. You draw the green cards before you draw the forests. Looks like an okay mono white hand. Doesn't really do anything. Curves a dork into a dork to maybe a better dork. Also, the shock colors, like, and you see how fast it took them to pass the turn there? That means they have a shock in their hand. See how it's not automatically scrolling through? Bzz. Bye, Fence and Ace. This is an easy way to lose games, is to have them just answer my creatures as we go along. I mean, drawing the lands is fine. Again, against green-red, something like our Tree Folk is just great. Fry, main deck Fry. Do not play these cards in your main deck. It always feels like, it's more like when you have a target, you're like, ooh, that worked out. I'm glad that worked out. It's not like you actually, like, got somebody, because they're going to go through a couple matches where this just has no targets, and then they're going to have a dead card in their hand. Also, they Friday Griffin Sentinel. I don't think I would have done that if I were them. They're not playing anything either. I do not want to play this Dawn and Angel into like a Chandra's Outrage. I will wait on that one. They haven't cast anything, so they've either got big clunky creatures or they've got more removal spells in hand. And I think given that I have basically nothing going on, I would rather just wait. Geez, what do they have? Are they missing a color? They can't be missing a color, right? Alright, well, the Pulse of Marasa makes me want to double check that. If I play Dawn and Angel, they Chandra's Outrage, and I pulse it back, that's not as bad. It also just gets a removal spell out of their hand. So let's see it. A shock would be annoying, but whatever. I wonder if they're missing a color here. Destructive Digger. I'm assuming they just drew that. Could be wrong. There we go. Tree Folk is exactly the card we want to draw here. I'm not going to risk equipping here. I'm just going to attack with both and see what they want to do. I guess they could have a bunch of pump spells like Feral Invocations and whatnot, which would make this make a little bit more sense, right? Growth Cycle. Sure, they trade Growth Cycle for my Ancestral Blade, so be it. So now what we're going to do is, while they don't have Shock mana up, we're going to go ahead and equip to the Angel, just to get it out of shock range. And then I will play the Tree Folk, and we get to hold up God's Willin'. Even if the Tree Folk dies, we have the Pulse here. I mean, what is their hand? Like Dragon Mages and Vorse Claws? I'm going to block. If they use another pump spell, I'll just trade my God's Willin' for their pump spell. Sure. That's actually fine. So we need to get pro-red here, not pro-green. Rabid Bite on top. Yeah, we'll keep Rabid Bite. Alright. So nothing happens here, basically. And they just gave me a fine pacifism target. Could also just Rabid Bite it off and then hold pacifism for another threat. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah, pacifism's going to deal with anything. Rabid Bite might not be able to deal with something, like if they play a Vorse Claw or something. So let's go ahead and kill your Digger, and we'll attack for 6. No protection to hold up this time, but so be it. Alright, and they concede. Alright, well that started off pretty poorly, but that's fine. Tree folk, pretty good. Felt like it could have been like a Centaur Courser there, and it would have been just as fine, but I'll take my win, and we'll go ahead and just roll right on along into the next one. Alright, welcome back. Alright, this hand is really the testament to how good we think our draws are going to be, because it does curve out very nicely, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, but we're on the play. I think I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Again, best card in hand, even though we're very far off from Gargos. It's kind of a mulligan already. Oh, Scorch Spitter? No Scorch Spitter? Oh, they're going to shock again? Always with the shocks, man. Alright, well, I'm going to make you shock. And basically we need to draw a land here. We don't really want to pacify an early game creature when we can use resources and trade off to do it. Land, 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 land. Yes, I get to play Magic. Alright, let's go Griffin Sentinel first, and then we'll follow up with Loman Shaman the turn after. Shaman attacks a little bit better, but get a little bit more value out of the Shaman if we wait. They're going to anticipate and take forever doing it, I'm guessing. Yeah. Yep. You may anticipate, my friend. Alright, we got us a Sentinel. Now we just want to rattle off more lands, basically. Ember Cat's nice. Into Fairy Miscreant. Alright. Pulse, huh? Alright, so pretty easy turn. Attack, play Loman, Shaman, and pass. Yeah, we don't want to shuffle their stuff. I think when you play Loman Shaman, you should always consider what your opponent has. If their graveyard is just a bunch of bad cards or they have graveyard synergies, it might be worth shuffling their cards back. I actually don't want to draw a Fence and Ace, so I'm going to submit for 0 here. And just not shuffle anything back. I would rather draw a bunch of lands here. I don't want to make it less likely that I draw a land by shuffling something like Fence and Ace back, and this card's not even good if I draw it. Plus, it gives me a pulse target, I suppose. So yeah, our best draws here are just a million lands, essentially. Alright, they're going to get in for 1, I assume. I will trade a Loman Shaman for your Ember Cat. Gives me something to pulse back. Yes, that's nice. So I can actually just cast Griffin Protector here, which is a little bit better. Note that the opponent missed a land drop there, and they also lost the Ember Cat, which could function as mana for them. Yes, my enemy, the Scorch Spitter. And they didn't attack, not even bluff in a land. Plus, we got a little lucky there, drawing another forest. I'm going to go ahead and attack with everything. Keep Griffin Sentinel on defense, coincidentally. And get in for 3. So one more land gives us Gargos, which we'll play around like a Bone to Ash or something. But red-blue, again, not the best at answering something like Gargos. Oh yeah, I'm feeling the Bone to Ash here. I'm not going to Pulse right now either. Just going to attack and pass again. If they have a Chandra's Outrage, then I might just let it happen. Griffin Sentinel is being super relevant here. Alright, so Boreal Elemental is going to go and put an end to my shenanigans. I can Pacifism that. If I draw a land for Gargos, I'll play that. If not, I'll just go for the Pacifism on this Boreal guy. And I think I can hold Pulse right now. I'm not under a lot of pressure. Ferocious Pup. So we're going to... Oh, I can't hold up God's Willin', can I? Let's just go and pacify your Elemental. And same attack. Alright, opponent's at 10. We have plays. Not great plays. Like another Boreal Elemental would be tedious. Guess Ferocious Pup gives me a pretty good attack. Ooh, Chandra's Acolyte of Flame. This is the bad Chandra, though. So I'll make some 1/1s. Opponent getting frisky now. Let's go and block this Scorch Spitter, I suppose. Alright. Ooh, Moment of Heroism's not terrible. So I am going to play Ferocious Pup, and that will make the Griffin Sentinel big enough to just kill Chandra on its own. If they have a burn spell or something, then we get them pretty good with the Moment of Heroism. I still feel like my opponent has something like Bone to Ash in hand. Just based on, like, when they had 4 mana, they did nothing. I like our odds here. I think we're fairly far ahead, and we still have good cards in hand. Sea Serpent. Yeah, Sea Serpent changes the equation a little bit here. I think I can definitely race a Sea Serpent, though. That's an interesting attack. I'll block with a Wolf. Woodland Champion. So definitely not getting that 6th mana. Let's play this pre-combat to give our Griffin Sentinel +1/+1. And attack for 4 in the air. If they just attack with Frilled Sea Serpent, I have a pretty easy chump block with the pup. Okay, blocking with Miscreant. Neat. Cool. So they're going to try to race me with this thing. I don't think that's going to work, given that I have 8 points of life gain in my hand. They do still have 2 cards, but they got to pay 7. They got to use their whole turn to make this Sea Serpent unblockable if they want to. And then I get to crack back pretty hard, too. Yeah, if that's not unblockable, I'm just putting a pup in front of it. We'll pup up the jams. Might not even need Gargos this game. Admittedly, Gargos into God's Will and is pretty brutal. So opponent just attacks, does not make their guy unblockable. Ferocious Pup can get in there. You served your purpose. Mama Bear will live on. And let's see what they follow up with. Nothing. Nothing, you say. That is a nice draw. I don't know if it's right to play or if I'm just supposed to God's Willing here. If I attack with everything, I'm getting in 5 damage. Yeah, I'm going to play around this. I don't believe that. Oops. I think they have a counter spell. If one of their cards is Bone to Ash, that means that they just have a dead card in hand, and I'm going to win with what I have on board. So they can't even really attack with this Sea Serpent, and they need to deal with our flyers now. Plus, I have lethal even if they do deal with one of the flyers, which they don't know. Sea Serpent attacks. Opponent's giving me the good game, so I'll give them the good game. Yeah. I would love to see their hand. I suspect they have a Convolute or Bone to Ash in hand, would be a guess. Can't confirm. It will be forever lost into the ether. But we get to pick up our 4th win and keep on chugging. Match 6 coming up. Alright, match 6 as promised. Yeah, this hand seems fine. Again, a little bit more on the reactive side. We've got a bear and an Inspiring Captain, which isn't like the most nuts curve or anything like that, but it'll do, especially being on the play. Oh, we've got the Soul Mender. Alright, well, I feel fine about any matchup where my opponent goes turn 1 Soul Mender. Although, last time I said that, my opponent killed me with this card. Yep, black-white is the natural habitat of the Soul Mender. Don't think I really want to trade here. I don't think my opponent's blocking, though. There's no way my opponent blocks here with their Corpse Knight. Alright, I'll attack. Basically dealing no damage, but making them use this Soul Mender. Alright, this is definitely going to be an uphill struggle, but I think my matchup's fine here. I'm not worried about the amount of life they gain. I'm worried about just having a better board presence than them. And the Corpse Knight, don't really love the idea of pacifying that because it does just get that incidental damage in. Alright, Pulse of Marasa is fine. I'm going to go ahead and play Captain, just attack for 3 here. Raise the Alarm, sure. Not bad. I don't know why they did that in response. Go ahead and attack. Alright, and they'll go back up to 17. Yeah, Raise the Alarm's pretty decent here. I wouldn't have mind a Raise the Alarm in my deck. I think it'd be better than... Sure. Aerial Assault that dude. Alright, opponent does have chump blocks for days. Ooh, Woodland Champion? I guess that's not that great. What it does let me do, though, is at least just attack here. They're not blocking. And then I can play Woodland Champion to block these 1/1s. Oh, kind of awkward here. So I'm going to play Woodland Champion. I am going to equip to the champion. But the weird thing is if I have to use God's Will and give this protection from white, it actually knocks the blade off because the blade is white. Protection says you cannot be, does it say it up here? Yeah, or equipped. Alright. Opponent is effectively getting in damage with this Corpse Knight, but they're down to 1 card. I have a Pulse of Marasa, so I'm fine trading something off here. My creatures do stack up better than theirs. Okay, Cryptic Caves. It's an okay draw. Kind of want to use a Pacifism here. So if I go Pacifism on Audacious Thief, that's probably the right thing to use it on. Just so they can't get ahead on card advantage. And then attack with both of my guys. They're essentially the same creature here. I'd rather them kill the Paladin. So I can pulse back. Or I'm sorry, I'd rather they kill the Inspiring Captain so I can pulse that one back. Oh, I like Chump Blocks. Ooh, I like this a lot, actually. So I think I'm just going to say okay. They can hit me back for 4, but then I can pulse and I clear 3 of their creatures off the board. They're going to go up to 16 down to 13. That seems like a fine exchange for me. So I'm probably going down to another Moreland Inquisitor, so 5 total. I'm going to go down to 9 here, but then I'm going to go back up to 15 end of turn. And we are definitely trying to race each other. Let's go and pulse back my Captain, El Capitan. Get in my hand. Opponent's empty-handed as well, and I have a Pacifism in case something gets, like, really out of hand here. I'm gonna crack Cryptic Caves here. Actually, let's use a green source. Okay. And... oh, that was bad. Oh well, that doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna go and play this, and we'll just, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I couldn't hold up God's Will in this turn. I do get to attack for 4 here, though. And I have a 3/3 on defense, which is pretty good against a board full of 2/2s. Feeling decent here. Bone Splinters off the top. That's kind of sick. I'm going to take 6. Opponent's going to take 3 back. Can I draw a Dawning Angel here? Can I draw something that's not a land? I really don't want a Pacifism. I'm going to go ahead and just hold on defense. My opponent drew a much better draw than I did. I basically need, like, anything here without them getting too far ahead. God, that's gross. Alright, I'm going to have to use God's Will in here just defensively. I think I got to get this off board, just the incremental damage. So let's give Pro Black here. Jeez, go to the bottom. Get out of here, land. I don't need you. And I'm at 2. So Fence and Ace, and I'm dead. Wow. Alright, didn't think I was going to lose that game, but the Bone Splinters killing my creature, followed by a useless draw from me, and then my opponent drawing Inspiring Captain. Ugh. Guess it goes right for people sometimes. Did not pan out well for me there. And I was really far ahead. It's just the right 2 draws from my opponent, followed by no draws from me. So that puts us in the bracket of if we lose, we're done. So let's go ahead and try to creep out another win here at least. I think our deck's solid, so I think we've lost to kind of some nonsense. That last game, nonsense. Yeah, match 15. Match 15 coming up. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're back. This is match 7, I guess. If we lose, we're out. And this is an okay hand. The Foot Soldier hopefully just draws us a card here. Gary of Asphodel. Nice. Gray Merchant. I get it. This isn't a super powerful hand, though, but we do have decent draws here. And again, playing against red-green is where I want to be, more or less. Playing a 2/2 on turn 3 is not the most exciting thing in the world, though. Yep, there goes that Druid. We've played this matchup once already. Alright, we did not draw the Foot Soldier, so we get to draw it now. Man, if we had drawn the Foot Soldier, that would be so bad. Alright. Draw my Tree Folk guy. Here comes the Thicket Crasher. Oh, Scamper and Scorcher. Don't care about that one very much. It's really good if they draw like a Chandra or something. Or if they just have a Chandra in hand, but they probably would have played Chandra minus and killed this, and then next turn Scorcher, blah, blah, blah. We do need to draw a land ourselves. What? Get out of here. Get out of here, Reddit. What are you doing? And just play my Inspiring Captain. Use my mana. Use my mana. Go ahead and attack. Alright, now if they play a Chandra and plus, that'd be really bad. But I think they would have rather sequenced that the other way around. Alright, Wolf Rider Saddle. Not the follow-up I was expecting, but a decent one, I guess. If I draw... Oh, really? Oh, they're baiting me here. They have the growth cycle. Did I just make them use it? I think I just make them use their stupid growth cycle here. Might of the Masses, maybe? Yeah. I just want to point out, I didn't get got by that. I knew they had it. We saw it. Alright, let's just go and play in Dawn and Angel. And I will pass the turn. Ugh. Removal spell. Yeah, Shock is the worst possible scenario there. Because now they get to Shock plus play something, and they have the Chandra. Alright, well this is unfair. Okay, they went for the route of giving their guys bigger boost. So we're going to have to try to kill this next turn. There's just no way. We have to trade off, and I don't know how we're winning this game from this point. I don't know how we're winning this game. We're not. Okay, I have definitely thrown in the towel on that one. We can Cryptic Caves, but they have the Shock up. There's no way, given our hand. That is a bummer way to go out. Especially because the game before, I feel like we just got a little bit screwed. But 4 and 3 with the double Foot Soldier deck. Double Tree Folk deck. Tree Folk guy would have been amazing. Can't beat the Chandra, though. So, there we are. That's all of the cycle for Byforce. The most fun deck by far was probably the Fairy Miscreant deck, even though it was really short and didn't really work out. I think it went 3 and 3. Granted, we lost to the Mythic Rare Chandra, so whatever. And then the Undead Servant deck was the one that did the best. That one went all the way to 7 wins. The Growth Cycle deck was the most disappointing just because we only got 1 Growth Cycle during that draft. And then these last two, the Pack Mastiffs and the Battalion Foot Soldiers, they're fine. This one didn't pan out too well. Not having additional Foot Soldiers was kind of a bummer, but we took the 2 that we saw. We actually wheeled one of them. A little bit risky, but, you know. Green-white, not at its best. I think we had a decent version of the green-white deck, which we definitely saw in match 1. And that's about all I can say about it. So that's going to go ahead and conclude Byforce, or at least the cycle of commons for Byforce. We'll probably still do the all rares draft, and we'll probably do, I don't know, some funky draft or something like that. If you have suggestions, you can leave them in the comments below. And if you want to speak to me, if you want to, you know, leave a like, go for it. If you want to subscribe, hey, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. Or find us on Twitter, MTG_ManaRocks. So be tuned for more M20 while it's out, and Eldraine when that starts sneaking up upon us. It's still a little ways away. And yeah, thanks for watching. My name's Timothy, here with ManaRocks. See you next time.